Fresh and Fit has promised to leave Andrew Schultz's face swollen when they see him for these comments he made on a recent podcast with DJ Akademiks.
Axe mad at me.
Why is Axe mad at you?
I don't lie, my man's from Fresh and Fit was like, yo, damn, yo, that dude still hating on us, man.
Wait, what's up with Fresh and Fit? Are they still doing it?
They cooling.
But are they still doing the pod?
Yeah, of course you mean they're still doing it. You not watching?
I didn't know that they're still doing the pod.
Now, Andrew Schultz started off pretending like he didn't know that Fresh and Fit was still doing their podcast, obviously throwing shade and implying that Fresh and Fit then fell off and nobody knows what they're currently up to.
Where can
You
you
think
watch?
they died?
No, I don't know. Maybe.
They got demonetized. You know, it was a minor setback for a major comeback. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, don't laugh like that. That was disrespectful.
Now, Andrew Schultz will also go on to mock Fresh and Fit for being demonetized and having to receive donations to pay their bills. Now, you can tell that Andrew Schultz is mocking Fresh and Fit because he acts academics and act like he don't know what demonetization is.
No, but tell us, so what's going on? Like, are they still, but they're still doing the pod?
They're still doing the pod, man.
That's
you know,
fire,
they
bro.
got some different monetization strategies. You know,
What else are they working on? What's their different monetization
yo,
strategies?
what's up with y'all, man?
Yo, what's their different monetization strategies?
Nah, hold on, man. I don't like how y'all. I feel like y'all been
You
bringing
brought
them
him up. I ain't bring him up. You
I
brought him
didn't.
up.
Yo.
And you still watch it? Do they have their own website, or how do
Bro,
you
it's
watch
on
the
YouTube
pod?
still. What do you think it's at?
I thought the podcast got taken off YouTube.
No, it got demonetized. That's the new
What
way.
does that mean?
So
Daddy
YouTube
said they can't make money.
Just
Go
'cause you
watch
getting
Fresh and Fit. How do they watch it?
on YouTube.
Go to youtube.com, type in Fresh
Why
and
you
Fit,
see this, my guys,
and
right now?
scroll to the bottom of the
Why y'all dissing my
and give them
guys?
a couple bucks, yo. Give Fresh and Fit a couple bucks.
I don't think they can get donations anymore.
They can't get donations?
I don't.
Well, not through this. Wait, what's
Is there
up?
a PayPal or
I
something?
thought you guys were cool with
Yo,
them.
we gonna set up a GoFundMe for Fresh and Fit.
Now, Akash Singh will also tap in and say he doesn't watch Fresh and Fit because he's a 40-year-old man who's happy, implying that only unhappy men and unfulfilled men watch Fresh and Fit.
Don't be upset at us for shit you bring
like
up.
y'all praying to my man's downfall.
preying on
Preying?
downfall. You asked me if we watched their podcast. I'm a 40-year-old man who's happy. Why would I watch that podcast?
We're all married, bro.
Y'all
We're
had him
all
up
married.
here.
I only watch it when I'm fighting with my wife. I'll be like, these guys get me. These guys understand, bro. They understand women.
4 days every month that I watch that shit
different
probably.
when you walk in the room. Yo, it
4 days every
On
month.
the red days. On the red days, you
Red day, I'm red pill.
No, but for real,
I don't think they're 100% wrong. If you watch Fresh and Fit, you're probably watching Fresh and Fit for self-help. You won't need self-help if you're absolutely fulfilled and happy in your life. So I guess they're right. If you're 40, happy, and married, why would you watch Fresh and Fit? Now, Andrew Schultz will go on to sneak diss and clown Fresh and Fit for being on Rumble and state that people who are on Rumble are only there because they are forced to be. Nobody is on Rumble voluntarily, which I don't all the way agree with.
how can we give them money?
Why are you dissing them? You
How
know
can
they
we give
can't.
them money?
No, rumble.com. Just go to rumble.com.
And then we could give them money on Rumble?
Yeah.
So, you've been saying YouTube this whole time. They've been on Rumble.
Yeah, they're on both.
They're on both?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Why aren't you guys on Rumble?
Well, because we're not forced to be.
Yeah.
Usually you go
What's
to
going
Rumble
on?
if you're forced to be.
If you're wondering why Andrew Schultz, who's generally a nice guy, who a lot of people consider a very stand-up dude, why he's going at Fresh and Fit, it all stems from this particular issue.
We gonna set up a GoFundMe for Fresh and Fit.
No, you never liked them for the get one.
I had no problem with Fresh.
Nah, you hated them.
Yo, we're fans. We brought them on the pod. We're fans.
You clowned the hell out of them. Or you tried to.
We gave him a fresh and fit shot.
Yeah.
The beef stems from Fresh and Fit believing that when they went on the Flagrant 2 podcast, that Andrew Schultz and his cast, they clowned them and ambushed them with gotcha questions.
Andrew Schultz. Here's the thing.
But what was that about?
They came with an agenda to make us look a certain way. And they came to try to change our minds. So what Flagrant tried to do here was virtue signal. Let's keep it 1,000. Yeah. They brought us in, try to demonize us, make us look like the bad guys. I'm not stupid. They had an agenda. Andrew tried to be the good guy. The other guy tried to be...
Fresh and Fit, Myron specifically, will call out Andrew Schultz and call him a flat-out liar. They will say that Andrew Schultz going around and telling people that the only reason the podcast got delayed is because he didn't want to put it out because he was trying to protect Fresh and Fit from looking bad. Myron will say that's cap. They actually told him to put it out unedited. And Andrew Schultz ain't even abide by those requests. That Andrew Schultz edited out a portion of the podcast to where Myron was debunking and making one of his co-hosts look bad.
And what he did was he cut out a part where the dude, the black dude in the back, interjected in the conversation, was talking about, well, don't you teach men how to coerce women? And I went ahead and debunked that little thing, and they cut that out. And the reason why Andrew cut that out is because his people look stupid.
I do believe the truth does exist somewhere in between both of these guys' statements. I do believe that Flagrant was playing the good cop, bad cop role, which I do believe is needed. When you invite somebody on who you don't agree with, I think you have to have a good cop, bad cop thing, because if everybody is bad cops, then it looks like it's a hostile environment opposed to one good cop and one bad cop. Fresh and Fit was going on Flagrant during a week where everybody on the internet despised them for good reasons, right? Fresh and Fit went viral for essentially disparaging black women and saying they wouldn't date them.
About the black dating app called Black. Oh, it's funny. I never used that one, bro. But hey, man.
I mean, hey, bro, if you want to date a bunch of Shaniquas, go for it, man.
LaQuisha.
Yeah, like me and Fresh aren't really down with the brown like that.
Man.
We ain't night riders.
Nah,
so
bro, I'm good.
Sometimes if they're Redbone, but like in general, me and Fresh don't dabble in the dark. If you know what I'm saying.
Yep.
Regardless of your race, black or not, I'm not gonna shame you for your preference. So if you're a black man who don't date black women and primarily date white women, I'm not gonna shame you for your preference. But where Fresh and Fit becomes villainized is when they go ahead and add on the extra stuff, such as, I don't date black women because black women are rude, they're uncultured, they're masculine, they're ratchet, boquishas and laquishas.
Which are traits of feminine women. What's her gram?
What's your Instagram
Dude,
again?
you
got
are
a
like
lot of love today.
Yeah, baby.
That's crazy.
I ain't gonna lie, just keeping it real. I don't really date black girls. it's not because like most black girls are like annoying. How to put this? Ratchet. And they don't know how to like be reserved. You're like the complete opposite.
You are not the stereotype. You are not the stereotype.
You are not the same. That's awesome.
Yeah. So we'll give you that compliment.
What's worse than Fresh sitting there and saying that most black women are ratchet and ghetto, and that's why he don't date them, is a black woman sitting right next to them saying, "Oh," and taking that as a compliment. That's just straight up mammy and pick me activities. The self-hate is real. Saying they don't date black women because most are ratchet and ghetto is just a cop-out, and it's just not true. Because if your preference is non-ratchet and non-ghetto women, then you wouldn't need to attach a race to it. You would just honestly say, I don't date ratchet or ghetto women, right? Because again, a white girl can be ratchet, a Latino girl could be ratchet, an Indian girl could be ratchet and ghetto, and a black woman can be non-ratchet and non-ghetto, right? Most black women aren't ratchet and ghetto, right? There's not even like a conversation we need to even have, right? Like, where's your stats for it? But the fact that they say they don't date black women means just that. They don't date black women. They don't like black women. It has nothing to do with the traits. Now, when they were on Flagrant highlighted just that. But because Andrew Schultz and Akash were both on the same side of things, Andrew Schultz had to take a softer approach to it and sort of play good cop. And that's what we saw.
That being said, I understand where you guys are coming from. You're like, yo, none of y'all had an issue with this a year ago. Now that this girl stirred up the internet, made it in Shade Room, made everybody hate us. They're looking for the worst things that we said. And if you podcast for 9 hours a week, you could easily go and find an excerpt in those 9 hours where you look horrible. Don't you think the issue is you guys just declaring that you don't really date black girls? Don't you think that's what people are upset about?
Well, I mean, at the same time, we have preferences, right? And we have standards. But, we were kind of joking because of the black dating app per se. It wasn't like, oh, we hate black women. It's more like, okay, we don't really date like hood black chicks per se. Like LaShawn and LaQuisha. But it wasn't like we hate black women. It's like, they took it that way because of Asian doll, but we didn't say we hate black women.
Right. But you would date black girls is what you're saying.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, we have in the past.
Bro.
It's not our normal preference.
I had a yacht party, bunch of white girls. I was dating the only black girl there.
Right.
It's like, bro, I don't hate black women. My mom's black. My sister's black. It's like, what?
Yeah.
Weird.
It's just like...
Then once Andrew Schultz got done making them comfortable, Akash will come in and call them corny to their face and says what they do is the corniest thing in the world.
But I have empathy for trying to be funny, and then it comes out fucked up, and then everybody's on your neck. What I don't like, what I find corny is my preference is not my women. Now, I thought it was I'm not dating my women, period, which is the corniest human being outside of a criminal to me, period. It's just, those are your roots. Those women are reflected in your roots. So if you're saying, hey, I don't generally date them, but I have more space for it, even though I still think it's a little corny that's just my thing. People are looking at you as a role model. You guys have established yourselves as role models. From simps to pimps. which is another motto I find kind of corny, but I looked into what you guys are about. And a lot of it is just childish.
And when Akash got done calling Fresh and Fit corny to their face, Alex Media took over and called them lame to their face.
Like me, man. Like,
and
what's
also
wrong?
the way they said they didn't like it. Like that's what I was like bothered by the clip. It's like you guys go out of your way to say what you don't like, even though that's not what you're discussing. It's like your preference is what you do like, but then the way in which you went about how you don't like black women. Oh, I don't like the ratchet. I don't like the ghetto. I don't like the Shaniquas. Like that's like if you were a white person saying all that, that's racist shit. And I'm just disappointed in you guys as black men to be talking about our sisters like that. So you don't have a problem with the way you spoke about your sisters like that? Like if it was him saying the same thing, you would be upset.
No.
So if he was like, oh, I don't like ghetto black women, I don't like Shaniquas.
It wouldn't bother me.
That's the preference.
Wow.
Because the thing is that
that's lame.
It was like a routine where the co-host would dump on Fresh and Fit, then Andrew Schultz will step in and assure Fresh and Fit that this is not an ambush or a gotcha situation and that he don't think they're racist and he just thinks they're somewhat misguided.
Real quick, you know what's weird is like
So
the word
it
racist
wouldn't
keeps
affect
getting
me personally.
thrown out. Like I never saw it as racist because I don't know. I didn't believe that you guys wouldn't date a beautiful black woman.
Yeah, we
that,
have in
like,
the past for sure.
Yeah, like I just didn't believe that.
Yeah, sure. We can have a
Give you
discussion
dap
on
or
it,
whatever, but
I'm like curious. This isn't
it's
a
not
gotcha
racist
thing. Like,
to
I'm
me.
literally curious to have the conversation.
Yeah, well, it does bother me.
Do you think it has anything to do with self-loathing? Is there any like kind of like internalized hatred, which might not even be your fault? It might be like the surroundings you were in and made you feel like these girls weren't good enough for you.
Andrew Schultz is good, man. Andrew Schultz has a way of good copping it, but still checking you at the same time. He told Fresh and Fit, you boys are self-hating bigots, but I understand. Maybe it's the environment you grew up in that made you think that you're too good for black women. Like what does that mean, bro? Like the cul-de-sac made them think that black women ain't good enough. Like, come on, bro. None of these guys grew up in the hood. None of these guys grew up in environments where they would have interacted the hood chicks a lot. You know, they grew up in the suburbs. They grew up overseas. So what do they know about ratchet black women, bro? Listen, to me, all that is just a cop-out. Now, Alex Media will continue his tirade on Fresh and Fit. He won't let up because after Andrew Schultz would sort of give him a softball question and have him hit it out the park, then his co-host will come in like lions, bro, who just smell blood and attack.
I'm into play. Like I just look at the traits. Like you guys, that's why I don't understand how you don't see an issue with what you said. Because you both just said, hey, I look for traits first, like personality traits, and it doesn't matter her skin tone. But then in the clip, you guys are saying, I don't date black. I don't date dark. I don't fuck with Shaniquas. Like you're just talking about race in that entire clip. So how do you not see the problem with the clip when you both just say, hey, I go for personality
You said
first?
LaShonda and LaQuisha.
And you said you don't do dark.
That was a joke, bro.
Hey, oh, so
joke,
I think there's a lot of reading into this like clip right now. Like it's like
Here's what I think though. I think
I do believe
it's a joke, man.
I mean, that's a cop out.
Yeah,
it's a cop. Like if your show is educational and I'm trying to help people, and then when I say something wrong, oh, that was a joke.
I run around the room.
We gotta make it
entertaining
too, bro.
I think
ninja stuff.
I'm
like,
always
we
going to
make
be
jokes, bro.
on the side. I'm always going to be on the side of jokes, and that's just who I am. I'm a comedian. I support that.
also
Right on cue, Andrew tries to play the good cop after one of his co-hosts strikes Fresh and Fit. Now, Alex Media will return and pretty much try to get an apology out of Fresh and Fit. And Andrew Schultz will also try to take on a good cop role to massage an apology out of Fresh and Fit.
Understand I'm trying to be funny and I misword some shit, but then when I peel it back and I dig into what you're saying, it's still it's more troubling to me.
So say that. Like say, hey, I misspoke. I told a bad joke. But you guys are doubling down and saying that you're like, there's nothing wrong with what I said.
Nope.
There's nothing wrong at all.
But I don't.
like,
but that's
that's
cap. Y'all both
bullshit.
said that you date black women as long as they fit the things that you want.
It's not a normal preference.
But like, okay. You're taking Dublin Dark as like every blogger. We're saying LaQuisha, LaShonda. I'm not dating no hood black chick, bro. Hell no.
So you misspoke. You made a bad joke.
Nigga, we said it's a joke.
No, but I'm saying so you made a bad joke. So you wish you didn't say that.
No.
Like,
but is
you're being
this
hypocrites. You're
is
being
this
hypocrites, and this is a
ego,
cop out.
though? I don't know. I just feel like it's ego. It's like sometimes
Yes.
we get in a
Yes, it
situation
is.
where like
I've done this.
I said some shit. Listen, we do this shit all the time, right? You say some shit and then you get all this backlash. And you're like, man, all these people. I'm gonna stand on this shit at the end of time. But if it's not really what you feel, then what you standing on? Like you, I think are being the most honest. You, I think you got too much ego. No,
They went on like this for the rest of the podcast, and the podcast didn't really end on a good note. As a matter of fact, you could say it ended on a sour note with Alex Media and Myron sort of having an awkward interaction.
I really hope that you allow that to happen. And I hope if you find a girl and that she means that much to you guys.
In Colombia.
They'll do it. And it might be in Colombia. It might be
I'll find her.
In Miami.
But I'm going to get 3 more for 2.
There you go.
I just hope you guys grow up a little bit, because the way you do view the world is very immature. But
That's your opinion.
It comes with life. It is my opinion, but I just hope you guys grow up, because it's like this part of the messages that you are teaching your listeners. It's not good for society.
Which is why when Akademiks told Fresh and Fit that he was gonna be on the Flagrant 2 again, the first request they had for him was, can you go on that podcast and expose Alex Media for us? Can you go on a podcast and let the world know that Alex Media is dating a white woman, even though he got on us for not dating black women?
Is your girl black? Oh man, okay. Oh man, I'm the last of the Mohicans. I'm the only one still dating them. Yo, this is what they told me. They said, this is what Fresh and Fit.
Who said this?
Not Fresh Fit. It was like, yo,
get their talking points out. All right.
no. Because
Sign up for our GoFundMe.
They were mad at you. They were like, yo,
Why mad at me? He came at them
they
harder.
said, you know that guy that was acting like, you know what I mean?
cooked
Why
by
you
me,
don't
bro.
like black queens? We found out he don't even like black queens. His queen ain't black. I'm like, it was like, you got to bring that up.
Yeah, she's Spanish. Damn.
I don't even know what Fresh and Fit expected that dig to do, because the issue wasn't dating outside of your race. The issue was not dating your race at all. So Alex Media having a Spanish girl doesn't really disqualify him from giving an opinion and chastising Fresh and Fit for saying they don't date black women because they're ratchet and ghetto. So I don't understand what Fresh and Fit expected for that to do, but it was a real anticlimactic diss. Now, the Flagrant 2 podcast didn't let up on Fresh and Fit. They were absolutely relentless. They even brought up the fact that Fresh and Fit buy women and buy the box, and they clowned them for it. Now, Akademiks try to defend Fresh and Fit, but even his defense of Fresh and Fit came off as a diss to Fresh and Fit.
Talking about me and you.
She was a whore.
Wait. Paid for?
No, of course not. What are you talking about? I'm not Fresh and Fit of these guys.
Oh, you see, you put it on Fresh and Fit first.
You see what your donations are going to? Do you see what your donations are going to, ladies and gentlemen?
No.
He's only
Did he
high
make
class.
How much is he paying? How much is he paying exactly?
You accuse Fresh and Fit of doing so, which, by the way, I know my mans, they never pay for sex. What, you told me?
No, they said that.
No, they never do.
Yes, they did.
Who said that?
They said it on air.
Liar.
They said it on air, son.
Really?
Yes. If you on a sugar daddy site, you're paying for sex.
Yeah, roundabout.
Whoa.
My guys,
Yo,
their
sorry.
game is so extreme. They'll get on the sugar daddy site and convince the bitches who want money to not want money. Facts.
You don't gotta convince me, bro. Yo, stop laughing at that. No, stop laughing at that. Yo, these are the coolest guys on the planet, bro. They're helping men every day.
Again, just clowning Fresh and Fit relentlessly, man. Now, Andrew Schultz would address the fact that Fresh and Fit still hates them for an interview they did almost 2 years ago.
I know.
Yo, they're helping so many men every
The
day.
next time I'm coming up here, I'm bringing them.
Yo, bring them back up
You
here.
won't have the same energy.
How much do you want to How much do you want to
Buddy, what are you talking about?
Me?
Yo, I saw y'all here with them. Well, not here, the other side.
They've been crying about it since.
And I was nice to them?
No, yeah.
They're not on there. They're not on their shit every single episode going, they were so good to us. They're going, they were bullying us. We got
2 years
bullied.
later, they're still crying about it.
So apparently word got back to Myron that Andrew Schultz and the Flagrant 2 podcast were dissing him during the Akademiks pod. So Myron took to Twitter to address Andrew Schultz, and that sparked off an entire Twitter war between Andrew and Myron. Myron would take to Twitter and address Andrew Schultz and Akash Singh by saying, Andrew Schultz and Akash Singh are some of the biggest snakes on YouTube. F them and their whole team on Flagrant. Andrew Schultz will respond back by telling Myron, you are a sensitive, talentless, bottom-feeding grifter. your life's work is renting women and regurgitating other people's talking points, your arms are not developed enough for the shirts you wear, and your co-host is pimping you. Merry Xmas. Now, it's unclear exactly what Andrew Schultz means when he says that Myron's co-host, aka Fresh Walter, is pimping him. I would imagine he means that Myron does all the work and Fresh shows up with nothing too much to add to the conversation, but still gets paid half the money. So maybe that's what Andrew Schultz mean, which is absolute chess, right? He throws that out there to get Myron to turn on Fresh or to get them to split up. That's a chess move. Now, the other cloud-chasing demons would chime in, such as Just Pearly Things and Zerka, and they would diss Andrew Schultz but never got a response back. Now, Myron will respond back to those comments by Andrew Schultz by claiming or stating that he wants to fight, and he claims that he will leave Andrew Schultz's face swollen. Myron would also call Andrew Schultz an industry plant, and he will say that Andrew Schultz was born with a silver spoon in his mouth and he was given everything, and he's only got on by D-Rod celebrities and people like Charlamagne the God, etc., etc. But Myron wouldn't just stop at Twitter. Myron would take to Fresh and Fit, and he would address Andrew Schultz in an explosive rant.
Andrew is taller than me, and he's bigger than me too. I've met him in person.
Yeah.
All right? He probably weighs over 200 pounds, so let's do it. You got the advantage. You've been training too, man, so let's do it. Put the gloves on and let's fight. Let's see what you can say. All the jokes you're going to make on our demonetization when your face is swollen. You motherfuckers, especially you two comedians, you guys want to make jokes and everything else like that, but then when it comes to, all right, let's fight, you guys want to back out, especially I'll get in the boxing ring. Let's do it. Schultz, let's do it. You want to call me talentless? All right, I'm going to show you my talent. Break in your jaw.
So Myron wants to fight. Now, Andrew Schultz hasn't really responded back to this. I don't really expect him to, because I'll be real, bro. I've seen Just Pearly Things call Andrew Schultz a failed comedian. Further thing from me, bro. Andrew Schultz just sold Madison Square Garden out back-to-back, bro. If I'm Andrew Schultz, I'm not doing no responding to these red pill dudes, bro, especially Just Pearly Things and Zerka, man. But it kind of amazes me, bro, to see podcasting turn to the streets. When did podcasting turn to the streets, bro? Like, when did content turn into let's fight and box it out? It's insane, but if you're still watching, let me know your thoughts on this entire situation. And also, click on this video here somewhere on my screen to find out about the huge Adam 22 and China Mac beef. Click on this video here to find out what I'm talking about. Out of here, folks. Peace.